Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today, I want to bring you another video dedicated to the Avengers Versus X-Men crossover. We're going to do all the tie-ins. And in this video, we're going to check out Versus issue number 3, Wolverine and the X-Men, issue number 11, written by Jason Aaron and illustrated by Mr. Buchalo, and X-Men Legacy 266 to 267, written by Chris Gage and Rasa Sandoval. And before I spoil it for you guys, the X-Men Legacy issues with Rogue, it's the X-Men versus Avengers, but we have Rogue. It's basically a story focused on her. That's pretty good, so don't let me spoil it for you guys. Or if you're curious, just check out the first part, because that part is really good. I really enjoyed those two issues. And the art, Rafa Sandoval's art, is really good. I liked it a lot. So in the Versus issue, as I said before, all these battles feel like a wasted opportunity. We briefly get to see Red Hulk go up against Juggernaut again, and he gets clocked by the Red Hulk, goes flying off, and Juggernaut is confronted by the Thing, and basically poor Thing doesn't stand a chance against the combined powers of Colossus with Juggernaut. And obviously this battle goes in the direction that it should go, where Juggernaut just totally destroys poor Ben Grimm. So there's no story, and there could have been some really good character moments. So it's pretty weak. It's just some good action, that's it. Then we have Magic going up against Black Widow. This all takes place on the moon. The Phoenix Force is just about to arrive. Hope is also on the moon. The Avengers confront the X-Men, so this is the whole context of these particular battles. So Black Widow goes up against Magic. This one is a little bit more interesting because you get to see Black Widow's resourcefulness, because Magic is really powerful. She has mutant powers, teleportation powers. She's a pretty good fighter, and she can teleport people to Limbo, which is basically X-Men's hell. So Black Widow is able to hold up her own against Magic, but at the end, Magic gets the upper hand. But it's really cool to see that Black Widow really gives Magic a hard time. So in the Wolverine and X-Men series, we have Cyclops. Like in the previous issue, we had Captain America visiting Wolverine to see where his loyalties are. Now we have Cyclops. He arrives to Wolverine's school, the Jean Grey School for Special People. I don't remember the name and title of the school. To see if he can convince Wolverine to take his side in this whole war between the Avengers and the X-Men. And it's quite a bit of filler. Like there's at least there's some good writing about the conflict between both of these characters, because obviously this happened after Schism, where Wolverine went in one direction because he didn't want young mutants to be enrolled as soldiers and stuff like that, and while Cyclops went in another, established Utopia further down the line. And no, the Utopia already exists, but he was looking to create a country for mutants and defend and fight for mutants in a different way, more aggressive way that Wolverine just wasn't down with anymore. So it's okay if you want to learn a little bit more about the conflict between both of these characters, but outside of that, it feels like a little bit filler to me. Then the whole Return of Captain Marvel, I did in another video. And we have the X-Men Legacy issues, 266 to 267. This story is really good. At least I liked it, because it deals with the whole situation of Rogue. Has some history with the Avengers. She actually battled the Avengers. She started off as a villain. She also absorbed Captain Marvel's mind and that whole situation. So she's very conflicted with this whole situation with the X-Men going to war with the Avengers, but she's in the Jean Grey School. They're not actually a fighting faction in this war, so they're trying to stay out of the battle. So we have Kitty Pryde, Husk, Cannonball, Gambit, and Frenzy. This character, Frenzy, I love. She's really cool. And Rogue. They're all establishing they're not going to join Cyclops' side. They're going to stay out. They're going to focus on the students, protect the kids. And 3 Avengers arrive to make sure Hope is not hiding in the school and watch what the hell these mutants are doing. Like, they're keeping an eye on them. We have Moon Knight, Falcon, and She-Hulk. And this really rubs Rogue and Kitty the wrong way. Like, they're like, what the hell are you doing? We're not fighting in this war. This is like sort of an insult for you guys to coming and checking out what the hell we're doing. This just really elevates the tension because these X-Men, as I said before, they're not fighting. They're the good guys. Frenzy is like really, really foaming at the mouth. She wants to fight these guys. And so the other X-Men go back to classes, but Frenzy stays outside. And so she puts a line in the sand. And it's like, you guys cross this, it's going to be total war. So the dialogues here are pretty good. And the whole situation. And things go to hell when Frenzy provokes Moon Knight into fighting. She coaxes him in such a way that Moon Knight flips out. All hell breaks loose. We have She-Hulk punching out with Frenzy. Frenzy clocks Moon Knight. And Rogue jumps into the battle and tries to deal with the Avengers. Now, her whole situation with the Avengers and her whole history, that's where the weight of the story is. And also the creative way where Rogue uses her power. She starts taking the Avengers one by one, using her absorption powers. Iron Man joins the battle. And like the art, Sandoval's art is really, really good. He does a fantastic job. And there's one moment where Rogue tries to absorb and take down Moon Knight by absorbing his powers. And all of a sudden, Rogue has to deal with Moon Knight's intense schizophrenia, all the voices that he hears in his head that really mess with her mind. And at the end, the X-Men are able to come out on top, but it just leaves a very sour taste in the mouths of the X-Men. This whole situation with the Avengers, supposedly they're the allies. They come to make sure they're doing the right thing, and this really sort of pushes this group of X-Men to join Cyclops further down the line. And the growth of Rogue, because after this, Rogue's going to become an Avenger, and I really liked her being on that team. I liked the way she was written, the growth of Rogue over the years as a character. I really didn't like her at first, and over the years, I really, really grown to love this character. And I'm going to leave this video here. So the X-Men Legacy tie-ins are really good. They're worth the while to read, even though I spoiled it for you guys. But I told you previously, if you're interested, go read those. See you guys next time. Bye.